Have you ever walked into a room full of people you've helped, supported, showed up for, and still feel completely invisible? Like you can disappear and nobody would notice until they need something? That feeling has a name. And today, we're going to talk about it. For many of you who don't know who I am, my name is LaKenya Tam, and this is a vibe check. And this conversation is for every woman who ever thought, how do we not see everything I do? If you ever given your all in relationships and still felt acknowledged? Or have you ever been the strong one, the fixer, helper, and wonder why no one ever checks on you? Stay with me. Let's get into this. So, what exactly is invisible woman syndrome? Let me be clear, this is not clinical diagnosis. You won't find this in any textbook. It's a pattern. It's what happens when you become so reliable, so capable, strong. That person will stop recognizing your emotional presence. You become the background support system instead of the main character in your own life. And here's the part no one talks about. A lot of women create an invisibility by surviving. Let me explain this. For many women, especially women of color, invisibility starts really early. You were the mature one. Of course, the helper, peacemaker, the one who helps who held together when everything was falling apart. You learned that being needed was safer than being seen because being seen meant being judged, being corrected, called dramatic, being misunderstood. So instead, you mastered usefulness. And somewhere along the line, usefulness became your entire identity. Does this relate? Does this reflect? Does this make sense? I want to paint a picture for you. She's the woman who just finished organizing the family reunion, checking on mom, covering for a coworker, listening to her friend, vent for an entire hour. And now she's sitting in her car, alone, in silence. And there's this hollow feeling in her chest. Not like a loud anger, not a breakdown, but just like a quiet exhaustion. And a thought that keeps circling is, when is it my turn? She looks strong on the outside, just handling everything everywhere. So nobody thinks to look deeper. It's invisible woman syndrome. You're trying at a depth when somebody or nobody thinks to check. So let's get specific. How do you know if this is you? You're always the one people call when they need help. But when you're struggling, your phone is quiet. So you want to say I. Another one. You downplay your own needs because you don't want to be too much. You actually said the words fine when everything is not fine. Raise your hand. How about you give advice? You give support. You pour out energy, but when you look around, you're not receiving the same back. And here's the dangerous part about that. You start to feel resentful, but you don't know how to ask for more because you spent your whole life proving you don't need anything. That resentment is not a character flaw. It's a signal. It's telling you something is out of balance. So why do you feel overlooked even when you do everything? Because when you become the dependable one, people start asking questions. Or people start questioning your capacity. They assume, oh, she good, she all right, she can handle it. She don't need support. If you train people that you don't need anything, they will believe. It's like when you teach people how to respect you, when you teach people how to love you, and all of the above. If you train or teach people that you don't need anything, of course, they'll believe you and won't ask you if you need help or anything. I'm not saying this to blame you. I'm saying it so you can recognize that that's a pattern because you can't change what you won't name. Think about how often you said yes when you meant no. How many times you smiled when you felt hurt. You stayed quiet when you felt dismissed. Overperforming just to avoid conflict. And slowly you disappear inside your own life. That's not strength. That's self-abandonment dressed up in strength. And that it is tiring. It is exhausting. So how do we start to shift from this? Let me just maybe talk about maybe 2 or 3 things that comes to mind. And I want you to actually try one of these this week. Not someday, but this week. Just try one. Have you noticed yourself have you ever stop paying attention to when you say it's fine, but it's not fine. When you say, I don't mind, but you do mind. You're not changing anything yet. You're just noticing. the awareness is the first crack in the pattern. So just kind of get into that motion of noticing, when you say these things, how you feeling? How's your body reacting to it? How's your nervous system building up? Another one we could discuss is stop over-explaining your needs. You do not need a 5-page essay to justify wanting respect, wanting reciprocity, wanting to just be respected, or to stop overlooking me in certain things, or giving me a abundance of things to do and I don't want to do it. You don't have to prove that you deserve consideration. I need this is an absolutely complete sentence. Another one is test small visibility. And what I mean is, this is where it gets uncomfortable. And it's okay. Share a thought you normally keep to yourself. Express one boundary. Say no once. And don't apologize for it. Let someone sit in their discomfort without you rushing to fix it. I feel that there are times that when we are afraid to speak up, it's because we hate or scared of the reaction that will come from someone else, So you're not asking to be worshipped. You're not even asking to be acknowledged. And that's completely reasonable. I need you to hear this. Visibility feels uncomfortable at first, especially if you built your identity around being the strong one, around being the one that is not going to be confrontational for things, the one who doesn't need, the one who can handle everything. But here's the shift. Being needed is not the same as being valued. You deserve relationships where your presence matter, not just your productivity. You deserve a community of people who notice you before you useful to them. So, my empowerment click, I'm going to leave you with this one question, and I don't want you just to hear it. I want you to sit on it. Where have you made yourself smaller so other people can stay comfortable? We're not going to shrink anyone. You're not disappearing inside our usefulness. You're allowing to take up space emotionally, verbally, energetically. If this resonates with you, do me a favor and share it with another woman who needs to hear it. Sometimes we need someone else to put that kind of language to what we've been feeling. Subscribe to the Empowerment Click, hit the notification bell, because this is where we talk about the patterns we live in, but don't always have words for it. I'm still learning. I get these amazing questions, I get this feedback, I get these roundtable discussions, and I go deep diving in. And yes, I find myself in all of these conversations that I have. So I want to be able to know what we need to talk about in here and what you want to hear and the feedback that you give me. I remember, being needed is not the same as being valued. Until next time, this is a vibe check. Peace.